Have you ever found yourself lying awake at night, thinking, where did all that spark go? Maybe you feel close to your partner. You still love them deeply, but something's changed. The energy, the excitement, it's just not the same. You're not alone. After 60, so many things in our bodies begin to shift, and let's be honest, libido is one of them. But here's the good news. Just because you've grown older doesn't mean desire has to disappear. In fact, it's entirely possible to revive that spark, to feel more alive, more confident, more connected again. And no, I'm not talking about those expensive blue pills or harsh chemicals. I'm talking about nature's gifts, herbs that have been used for centuries, sometimes even thousands of years, to help the body rekindle its own fire. Today, we're going to talk about 7 natural herbs that can gently, safely, and powerfully support your libido after 60. Whether you're looking to feel more connected in your relationship, boost your confidence, or simply feel more like yourself again, this is for you. Now, before we dive in, let me be clear. This isn't about turning back the clock. It's about embracing this phase of life with wisdom and vitality. It's about choosing to care for your body in ways that respect your age while honoring your needs. Let's begin with one of the most famous herbs in the world of natural vitality, maca root. Grown high up in the mountains of Peru, maca has been used by native people for generations to boost stamina, balance hormones, and enhance desire, yes, even well into the later years of life. What makes maca so special is that it's considered an adaptogen. That means it helps your body cope with stress, which is often one of the biggest hidden killers of intimacy. Think about it: when you're stressed, your body is in survival mode. It's not focused on connection, pleasure, or emotional openness. But when that stress is reduced, doors start to open. Maca doesn't work overnight, but many people who try it daily, just a teaspoon of the powder in a smoothie or oatmeal, report feeling more energetic, balanced, and yes, more interested in intimacy after a few weeks. It's gentle but powerful. And the best part? It doesn't force your body, it supports it. Now let's talk about a herb with a slightly mysterious name. Tribulus terrestris. Sounds like something from outer space, right? But this little plant, which grows in dry, tropical places, has been quietly helping both men and women improve their drive for centuries. Tribulus works by naturally supporting the body's ability to balance testosterone, yes, even in women. You see, testosterone isn't just a male hormone. It's also important for women's energy, mood, and libido. After 60, both men and women tend to have lower levels, which can leave us feeling flat, tired, or just not in the mood. What I love about Tribulus is that it doesn't overwhelm the system. It gently nudges the body toward balance. And when that balance starts to return, so does your sense of vitality. Many people say it helps them feel more assertive, more alive. Like a part of them that's been asleep is finally waking up. But maybe you're someone who also deals with fatigue. You get through the day, but by the evening, you're wiped out. And when you're tired, intimacy is the last thing on your mind. That's where our next herb comes in, ginseng. Now, ginseng is one of those herbs that has been used across cultures from Korea to China to the West for thousands of years. And for good reason. It's known as a tonic for energy, circulation, and vitality. What's especially interesting is that several studies have shown that ginseng, especially red Korean ginseng, can support sexual performance, improve mood, and even enhance satisfaction. But more than that, it gives you a sense of resilience. Like your tank isn't running on empty by 6 p.m. anymore. A cup of ginseng tea in the morning or a low-dose capsule daily can be a gentle but steady support. It won't make you feel jittery or revved up. It's more like turning up the dimmer switch on your inner light. And let's not forget the emotional side of libido. Because let's be honest, it's not just about the body. It's about how you feel about yourself. Do you feel attractive? Desirable? Are you connected to your own sensuality? That's where a beautiful herb like damiana can help. Used by native people in Mexico and Central America, damiana is often called the lover's herb. Why? Because it's been used traditionally not just to support physical arousal, but to inspire feelings of openness, playfulness, and connection. Damiana has a subtle, almost emotional quality. Some people describe feeling more relaxed, more open to touch, more in tune with their partner. You can take it as a tea or in tincture form, and while it's gentle, it can be surprisingly effective. Especially if part of what's holding you back is emotional stress, anxiety, or that feeling of, I've lost my spark. As we get older, it's easy to think that maybe we've missed our chance. That intimacy is something for younger people. But that's just not true. If anything, this chapter of life can be the most connected, the most meaningful because it comes with experience, trust, and depth. And with a little support from nature, your body and mind can absolutely rise to meet it. So far we've touched on Maca, Tribulus, Ginseng, and Damiana, 4 powerful plants that speak directly to your energy, your hormones, and your sense of connection. They're not magic, but when used regularly and respectfully, they can open doors that maybe you thought were closed forever. Now, take a deep breath. Can you imagine what it would feel like to look in the mirror and feel that quiet confidence again? To feel like your body and heart are finally working together instead of drifting apart? That's what this journey is about, not perfection, not performance, but rediscovery. Now that we've begun to open that door to reconnect with our body, to rekindle a little spark, it's time to keep going. Because nature didn't stop at just a few herbs. She gave us an entire garden of support. And next up is a deeply calming, yet quietly powerful plant, ashwagandha. Now, I know the name might sound a bit unusual, but don't let that scare you off. Ashwagandha is one of the most cherished herbs in Ayurvedic medicine, an ancient healing system from India that's been around for over 3,000 years. They call ashwagandha the strength of the stallion. And not just for physical strength, but for endurance, stamina, and yes, sexual vitality. But what makes ashwagandha so remarkable is how it helps with the nervous system. You see, when we age, life doesn't necessarily slow down with us. We may have more responsibilities, worries, or even loneliness. Ashwagandha helps calm the noise. It gently lowers stress hormones like cortisol, which can absolutely interfere with your libido. It also supports thyroid health, energy levels, and even mood. So many people over 60, especially men, have tried everything, from hormone therapy to performance enhancers, but overlook the stress connection. Ashwagandha, taken daily as a capsule or tea, isn't about pushing harder, it's about bringing your whole body back into balance. And when your mind is calm and your body feels safe, that's when desire has room to return. Now, let's talk about something a little more spicy literally. You might even have it in your kitchen right now, fenugreek. It's an herb often used in cooking, especially in Indian or Middle Eastern dishes. But did you know that fenugreek has been studied for its ability to support healthy testosterone levels and enhance sexual arousal? Here's what's fascinating. Fenugreek seeds contain compounds that may stimulate the body's natural hormone production. For men, that can mean more energy, better mood, and even better function. For women, it may help with dryness, warmth, and emotional closeness. It's not just about libido, it's about feeling good in your body again. And the best part? Fenugreek isn't some exotic herb you have to search for in a far-off forest. It's affordable, it's safe when used moderately, and it can be taken in capsule form or brewed into a tea. Some folks even sprinkle it on food or add it to yogurt. Just imagine something as simple as a seed bringing back the warmth in your relationship. But I want to pause here for a moment. Because maybe you're sitting there thinking, this all sounds wonderful, but will it really work for me? That's a fair question. The truth is, herbs are not magic pills. They're not meant to override your body, they're meant to support it. To gently whisper to your cells, it's safe to come alive again. Which brings us to a very special flower, horny goat weed. Yes, that's the real name. And the story behind it is actually kind of fun. Legend says that a Chinese goat herder noticed his goats became unusually frisky after eating a certain wild plant. That plant, you guessed it, horny goat weed. And for centuries, it's been used to support libido, especially in older adults. What makes horny goat weed unique is its active compound called icariin. It's been studied for its effects on blood flow and hormonal balance, both of which play a huge role in sexual wellness. Think of it as nature's gentle way of waking up circulation, helping the body respond more fully, and giving you back that sense of responsiveness you might have thought was gone. Some people take it in capsule form, others in teas or tinctures. But always start slow and be consistent. A little bit daily over time is far more powerful than taking too much all at once. And again, it's not about forcing your body, it's about inviting it back into rhythm. Now, by this point, maybe your curiosity is growing. Maybe you're even starting to feel a little hopeful, and that's the goal. Not because any herb can solve everything, but because when you take small, intentional steps toward yourself, your body listens. When you nourish it with respect and patience, it often surprises you. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you truly allowed yourself to feel attractive? To feel like you matter, not just as a parent or a grandparent, but as a person with needs, longings, and yes, desire? Too often, as we get older, we're told to settle, to quiet down, to act our age. But who decided that desire has an expiration date? Not nature, not your soul. You deserve to feel vibrant, to laugh, to touch, to be touched. You deserve intimacy that feels real and connected. And sometimes, all it takes is a little nudge, a cup of herbal tea, a moment of stillness, a walk hand in hand with your partner again. So far, we've talked about ashwagandha to quiet the mind, fenugreek to support natural hormones, and horny goat weed to help circulation and arousal, combined with maca, tribulus, ginseng, and damiana from earlier. You now have a toolkit, a gentle but powerful collection of natural allies to help your body and spirit reconnect. And we're not finished yet. Now that you've been introduced to this beautiful collection of herbs, maca, tribulus, ginseng, damiana, ashwagandha, fenugreek, and horny goat weed, you might be wondering, what do I do next? And that's a great place to be, because asking that question means you're open, you're ready, and that readiness is powerful. Here's what I want you to know. You don't have to change everything overnight. You don't have to take all 7 herbs, or go searching through health stores trying to reinvent your life. What you do need, though, is one small beginning, one gentle yes to yourself. Maybe you start by adding maca to your breakfast every morning, or maybe you try a calming ashwagandha tea before bed. Perhaps you take a walk after dinner and talk with your partner not about chores or the grandkids, but about closeness, about how you're really feeling. Maybe you both try something new, together. A little adventure, even in the comfort of your own home. Because the truth is, intimacy after 60 isn't just about physical connection, it's about presence. It's about creating space where you can feel safe, wanted, seen. And herbs, as simple as they seem, have this beautiful way of inviting that energy back into your life. They soften the edges, lift the fog, and remind your body that it still knows how to love and be loved. And please remember, it's okay if it takes time. It's okay if things feel different now than they did when you were 30. That's natural. In fact, that's beautiful. Because now, you don't need to prove anything. You don't need to rush. You have the freedom to explore what intimacy means to you today with wisdom, kindness, and a deeper understanding of yourself. Some days, you may feel unsure. Some days, your body might not respond the way you hoped. That's okay. Be patient. Be curious. Be forgiving. You've carried your body through so much in this lifetime, it deserves gentleness now more than ever. And if you're watching this and thinking, I'm single, this doesn't apply to me. Let me stop you right there. Intimacy starts with you. Desire begins in your own relationship with yourself. Maybe you want to feel more alive, more radiant. more connected to the person you see in the mirror. That is a beautiful reason to begin. Because when you feel that inner fire, whether you share it with someone else or simply let it warm your own spirit, it changes everything. You smile more. You sleep better. You hold your head higher. You walk with a quiet confidence that says, yes, I am still here. I still matter. And oh, you do. If you've made it this far, then you're already on the path. You've already said yes to learning, to growing, to honoring your body. And I couldn't be prouder of you. Because not everyone is willing to go there. Not everyone is brave enough to explore this part of life with honesty and hope. But you are. And that matters. So here's what I encourage you to do next. Pick one herb. Just one. Try it for a week or two. Notice how you feel. Don't expect fireworks on day one, but listen to your body. Notice the little shifts. Maybe your sleep improves. Maybe your mood lifts. Maybe that spark, that little glimmer of something deeper begins to return. And as it does, talk about it. Share this video with someone you trust. Leave a comment below. Let us know your thoughts, your story, your questions. This isn't just a channel. It's a space for real people, real lives, and real change. And if this video brought you value, if it made you feel seen, hopeful, or inspired, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Because we have so much more to explore together. More ways to support your energy, your memory, your movement, your independence, everything that makes life vibrant at any age. This isn't the end. It's just the beginning. So go ahead. Take that step. Light a candle, brew a cup of herbal tea, turn on soft music, and reconnect with your body, your heart, your spirit. You are still full of life, full of wonder, full of love. Here's to living fully. Here's to living freely. Here's to living your best years, starting right now.